I got invited to an island, a wind-powered island in Denmark called Samsø, to meet with 12 other writers and Danish artists. And the whole goal with that project was the Danish music societies and the government believed that their people and their artists really needed to know more about the world. Years later, the Kingdom of Denmark, some of the representatives had said that Troy Campbell had an idea for them because they believed that their next investment was in the creative sector. And on the spot, I thought of the idea of a house for it to be year-round, and 2 to 3 artists could come, and we would match them with who we thought they should meet. And so it was supposed to be a 1-year project, and it's now almost 8 years, and we're 15 countries, and now we're in Northwest Arkansas.
I always really liked the idea, and the basis for the House of Songs was to bring people together, create art across borders, and meet people that I would never meet otherwise. And it's really nice because it's a lot smaller than Austin. It's definitely not nearly as saturated with people playing, but the people that are doing it are really good, and they're kind of hungry to be able to be exposed to other cultures, and hopefully, if in a perfect world, then they make a connection.
This is the second experience of House of Songs that I've had. I haven't been on such an organized retreat like this. And like I said, this is my first time at the Ozarks House. I went down to Austin for a 10-day stay earlier this year. I've made friends through this, even on that last trip, that we've kept in touch almost weekly since then. And my whole community and view on this musical art creating community on this side of the pond has expanded tenfold since being involved in this.
It's funny because my good friend Jaimee, who I made my first co-write with, said that it's like dating. It's strange how you put in a group with someone that you don't really know that well, and you kind of have to, through a song, get to know each other. And I think that's a beautiful way of getting to know someone. I never write a song that I would have written on my own, and I think that's beautiful. It's cool, it's different, because usually you write by yourself, weird hours of the day or night. So it's different to come in and do something like this, where you're writing with other people. The cool part is if you don't have energy or if you don't have something to bring to it, that other person usually will give you the drive to keep going.
We do these sort of get-togethers beforehand. We want to build new material as a group, so by the time we go to this thing with this immense crowd, we have this sort of community that comes in, and every time we come in with a community, it means the shows go better, and other artists are attracted to that. So we now have, in our sort of ecosystem, over 1,000 artists. We bring up a lot of new Arkansas artists that if they had gone for years, it would have taken a little bit of time to make as many friends as they can instantly by being just part of the House of Songs. Northwest Arkansas has such a vast area. We did some studies, and I just felt like I wanted to sort of start the fountain here and have sort of a quintessential house. And when I drove by this house, I kept going by it once in a while when we were looking for places. It was much too big and all these things, but I kept thinking this house is full of songs. And last year I bought the house, and so we just started firing up, bringing in artists from all over the world.
Getting to be here in Bentonville, where we can walk downtown in 5 minutes. There's the trail, and we're going to Crystal Bridges, and we're gonna go see the Frank Lloyd Wright House. I've been to Crystal Bridges, it's amazing. Nobody else except for our Arkansas writers have been there. So I'm really excited for them to see that and get stimulated that way. But then here, it's like they're very friendly, and they're like, what are you doing? Like, what is it that you guys are doing? They wanna know, and we're happy to tell them. And we're having a free concert to the public on Sunday. We're hoping that a lot of people come out. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I didn't know what to expect, just knew it was gonna be a special experience. I was absolutely blown away. It couldn't be a more loving, safe environment to explore new art. Personally, I do a lot of my writing solo, and I'm a solo artist, so I travel around a lot on my own. But the coming together of so many like-minded but loving and friendly people, and just building on your community through song and through music. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
We had 2 days of intense working with 4 co-writes. Then on the third day, we were so tired, but in the evening, Graham was like, "Come on, let's show each other these songs." And then finally hearing like what we'd spend our time with, and then all of a sudden, you can hear all of these beautiful songs. Really, like hearing songs that's been here forever. That moment was just beautiful, and like the room was just electric. On this experience, like these songs that are now done and are now something already.
That's the other cool thing that I really dig about this area of the country, is that people seem to really be hungry for art, not being the visual arts or whatever at Crystal Bridges. They seem to be very receptive and open to new things, which, in all honesty, I hadn't spent a lot of time in Arkansas before we started working with the stuff, and I had no idea what to expect. But it's been overwhelmingly positive being here.
Bentonville is an emerging community. You can feel it when you drive around the other parts of Northwest Arkansas, but something's going on here too that's sort of like a fountain growing out. When I got here and started walking around, people would say hi to me when I walked past them, or they would just ask me questions. In the house, that's how we treat each other, and if the neighborhood can be like that and the town can be like that, I think that's what I want my visiting guests to see, is the real Arkansas.